the VGA controller homework. Here you have my implemented design on the screen. As you can see, the square is sort of poking out on the bottom left. Here's my code, and the only thing that I truly modified on the code was this little segment right here, which states where the square will reside after you reset the positioning, and then also when you press the button, what happens to the positioning. On the board, the buttons that I'm using are this one to move it, and this to reset it. And I make sure that I was tying the appropriate VGA outputs to the display. So I'll go ahead and show you my design and then explain. So here, a simple tap on this button will move it a little bit. So slowly creeping up to the top right, and it disappears because it gets smaller, it shrinks. Again, and then reset. Okay. So essentially the changes that I made were right here. Previously the positioning is as stated here, left, right, lower, upper. It was more in a position up here, and it was moving that direction. I've since changed it to these hex values, which is in this lower right corner, and then also changing how the positioning of this square changes as the button is pressed. So the way to get it to shrink was to change the rate, or change how much you're incrementing or decrementing each position, so that its corresponding one doesn't change at the same rate. So for instance, left is incremented at 2 while right is at 1, and the lower is decremented by 2 while the upper is by 1. That way it progressively gets smaller.